I've been hearing from the news media and all other forms of media in which you can get your information from, as well as from different people I've come in contact with, as people are coming to, discover the facts that Hillary Clinton did not get the full support of the black man that she needed in order to win the election. I'm hearing this from different people. A few days ago, I was working with a black man on set on this particular show we was on. And he kept on stating that there's a lot of black Republicans out here, a lot of black conservatives. And I've been thinking about that, what he said for the past few days now. And I said, I really don't think it's really that many black conservatives or black Republicans out here. If you look at all the results and the data from the results from year after year, election after election, every 2 years, every 4 years. And I don't know the full data, at least on this election, but the past elections, you could always count on there being at least between, I guess, 5 to 10% of the black population that is registered to vote. 5 to 10% of the black population vote Republican on average. 5 to 10%. So what I think is this election, this recent election in which Donald J. Trump was selected, I think you didn't have any more, not an increase of black Republicans who were registered as Republicans, but I do believe there were a lot more black votes in general. When you say black Republican, you're talking about both male and female. There's more black females out here in general that participate in the voting polls. I don't know the numbers. Somebody please do the research on that, and once whatever you find, disclose it on this video. But there's more black women out there who participate in voting, and typically, on average, 10% of them vote Republican. Well, 10% of them are registered Republican, and I don't think that changed. But this election, I believe the black females, their voting patterns pretty much was the same as always. They pretty much overwhelmingly went Democrat, of course. And usually the black men do the same thing, but I think in this election, with black men who are registered to vote, and this is not counting the black Republicans or the black male Republicans, I believe, and I think I may be proven right later on in the future when there are more discovery of the facts, that the black men who were registered to vote, one of three things happened. Number one, they voted for Donald Trump. I think a lot of this happened. This was the case, I believe, most of the time, for the most part, in this election. A lot of these men, I repeat, are not black Republicans. They've never voted Republican a day in their life. But in this election, they probably did. So that's number one. That's the one thing that happened. Um, the second thing that might have happened is they voted for the Green Party. Not the Green Party, I'm sorry. They voted for a third party candidate. Any one of the third party candidates, whether it's Green Party, Independent, Libertarian, whatever. They voted for a third party, a quote unquote third party candidate. Anything other than Democrat or Republican. And I think this probably happened on a smaller scale, but on a smaller scale in comparison for the ones who voted for Trump. That's what I think happened. And then the third thing that probably happened, and again, this is for registered voters. I'm not talking about the Negroes, the Negro men, black men who aren't registered to vote, who never bothered to register to vote, or they are criminal, or they have a felony and they can't register to vote, or they don't care to register to vote. I'm not talking about those motherfuckers. I'm talking about the ones who are registered to vote. The third most likely thing that happened was these individuals, the black men who are registered to vote, they just didn't go out and vote. They just said, fuck it. The way they see it, Hillary Clinton was not a good candidate, and Donald Trump wasn't a good candidate, the way they see it. Hillary Clinton with the missing and deleted emails that apparently she was trying to cover up, her past record when she was a Secretary of State, all the stuff that's happened, the uprisings and the Arab Springs, when she was a senator, all the different bills she tried to propose and she signed on, and even when she was a first lady. A lot of these black men probably woke up and looked at her record, thought about it, and said, hell no, they ain't voting for that bitch. And they didn't. And then they look at Donald Trump, and then they see, okay, here's a guy who seems to be a racist, or he does all these racist things. He pretty much indirectly accepts the endorsement from a head Klan leader. There's history, there's reports that his dad didn't rent out to black people. There's also reports that his hotel, he's discriminated against a lot of his black employees. So they're not voting for him either. So they just didn't vote. And that's what I believe. It was one of the three things. The black men either voted for Donald Trump. Number one, they voted for Donald Trump. Number two, they voted for a third party candidate. Or three, they just didn't vote at all. Now, there's a good percentage of black men who are registered voters. And it was just enough, that, Democrats usually could count on. The black woman's going to go out and vote for the Democrat. And the few remaining black men who are registered to vote and who are able to vote, you can usually count on them to vote Democrat as well. But in this election, a lot of things happened that was unforeseen, unprecedented, and unexpected. And everyone was surprised at this, really. Hillary Clinton thought she had it in the bag. She thought she had it won. She was overconfident. And she just, like most Democrats typically do, they take the quote-unquote black vote for granted. as Hillary did. And what a surprise it was on that fateful day of the election. Yes. Um, you know what I believe that led to all of this happening, and why the black men just took a step back is because a lot of us black men, we're waking up to the bullshit in this society. Um, we are at the bottom of the barrel. I don't really know about the rest of the country. I'm assuming black men are at the bottom of the barrel in other parts of the country, but I know in LA we sure are. No one takes us serious out here. We're looked at as less than men, not only from white people, but other non-black folks. We really don't have that much power because of the bad decisions that black people collectively make. We really don't do anything for ourselves. But at the same time, as far as the government doing anything, the government really doesn't do anything for black men. So I think what happened is about, I don't know, a lot of black men, younger, younger black men, young adults, uh, grown black men who are like in their 30s, 40s, older, middle-aged black men, senior citizen, we're all waking up. I think what's happening is really this YouTube thing. Really, I think that you have people like Tommy Sotomayor. You have all the big hitters, all the well-known YouTube um, um, produce the individuals who produce content on YouTube. Tommy Sotomayor. You have the Angry Man. You have Obsidian. You have Minister Jap. You have Tito, Hardcore Tito. You have Ringo TV Raw. You have O'Shea Duke Jackson. You have Reluctant Nabi. You have a lot of these individuals out here making videos and a lot of different subscribers. And we come from many different schools of thought. You have the black men who still follow MGTOW, Black MGTOW. You have Ibmore. You have RPB, which is a Hardcore Tito and GW3 Extremes camp. And then you just have these other individuals who I named who just, they are their own movement, so to speak. And they all have their own subscribers. And some of these subscribers cross-reference each other and they listen to other people. I listen to everyone. I listen to everyone out there because I'm trying to find out what everyone else is talking about because I'm still learning. I'm still learning the game. I'm still trying to figure out life. I don't have all the answers. I make YouTube videos, but I only speak about things that I know. And, and a lot of these individuals I named, they inspired me. And they're inspiring other black men out there. And they're waking them up. That I think a lot of these black men who made this decision, they listen to YouTube and they base their decision based off of the information that's discussed here on YouTube. Yeah, that's what I think. I'm also going to include Tariq Nasheed in that as well. Some of us, we don't really see eye to eye. We've had our YouTube beefs and whatnot, but I think we all agree on one thing, and that is something is going on in this society. It's been going on. It's nothing new. And as black men, we need to be more aware of it. And I think the turning point of that was this recent election that just passed. That is all I got to say for now. We'll come back with another video later. Neck of the Woods, I'm out.